September 1969, John Lennon privately informed the other Beatles, Paul, Ringo, and George, that he was leaving the group. Now, Paul McCartney publicly announced that he was leaving in April of 1970. Fast forward to December 29th, 1974, John, Julian, and May Pang spent Christmas in Florida. The documents were brought down to John in Florida by one of Apple's lawyers for him to sign and officially break up one of the biggest bands in the world. And today we're going to be tracking down a few of the spots where John took photos while he visited Walt Disney World, and then we are going to venture over to the exact spot where Lennon signed the documents and broke up the Beatles. Hi everybody and welcome to the World of Micah. Today we're going to be finding some history of the Beatles and John Lennon here at Walt Disney World. You guys are going to get to tag along now. Let's take a closer look. All right, the first spot on today's journey is right over here in front of Cinderella Castle. It's a candid shot of John walking towards Main Street, and if I had to guess, he was looking back at Cinderella Castle. So these are the classic popcorn stands they have here on Main Street. They're like little stations, if you will, and I'll pay attention to the architecture of this because this is how I figured out this was the location. The way this is shaped, you'll be able to see it in the photograph that I show you of John, but I don't believe this was the spot where it sat. But pay attention to this, the way the lip goes here and the little vent over there. And then right across the way, straight ahead, is Casey's Corner. Now that's obviously the building that we are seeing in the photograph that I'm gonna be showing you guys in 3, 2, 1. Now, pay attention, right above John's head is the top of Casey's Corner. To the left of John is a similar building that I just showed you. They have since removed that building and placed it somewhere else. I don't think it's the exact same building that I showed you of the popcorn stand. Maybe that was like the guest information board, because that's kind of where that area is. But this whole courtyard here has been redone in the last 10 years or so, especially since 1974. But here's a look back at what it currently looks like, and that was the building straight ahead, Casey's Corner, that John was walking towards. But the way he was looking back, he would have been looking back right over here at Cinderella Castle through those trees, which were not here back in 1974. And like I was saying, all of this has changed since then. Now there's another popcorn stand right over here that matches the same description, which leads me to believe that this popcorn stand here used to sit in this area right around here. But the one thing in the background, Casey's Corner, still remains, which is why I know that was the spot. All right, the next location is gonna be inside Adventureland. And this next one's gonna be a little difficult to find. It's here at Pirates of the Caribbean. It's a photo with one of the security guards here at the Magic Kingdom. Maybe if I ask Captain Jack, he might know. I don't even know if he's ever heard of the Beatles. But maybe. I could see his favorite lyric being Goo Goo Gachoo. Now a lot has changed, but I'm pretty positive this is it. Right here. They were in this area here. This was the door, and there used to be a tobacco sign right there, a pipe, and this was a different fence, and you see how it's up on a lip right here. I believe that could have come around this area. This gate wasn't here, and the ferns were in this area. Yeah, I've completely racked my brain about that location. I'm pretty sure that's the spot. A lot has changed, I guess, since 1974. And we are heading to our final location over in Frontierland, and look, at Liver Lips. So John and Mei Ping were standing right here in front of the Frontierland sign. This little fort can be seen right next to John. And this tree right here, that pine tree, can be seen right behind John as well. There was a gentleman standing over here in the bushes and a kid sitting right there. And then this is the photo. You guys can clearly see them enjoying an ice cream or a turkey leg, potentially. You're in Frontierland. May could have been eating a turkey leg. Who knows? I'm guessing they were people watching or watching a parade, if I had to guess. Because the parade comes right through here. But that kid was sitting right here. The fence has changed, and this used to not be like this. You can actually get back here. But John would have been standing right there. Also doing further research, looking at this fence, I believe over here they still have the original look of the fence. Yeah, it was more or less this style with the ropes and the way it's pointed, where that kid was on there. But that's so cool. Every time I pass by this building, I think about John standing there. All right, well, that's a wrap on Magic Kingdom. Now heading over to the Polynesian Village Resort, where John Lennon officially signed the documents ending the biggest band in the world. But before we do that, let's head over to the monorail station where John took a photograph here. And the story goes that John really loved riding the monorail. And you gotta think, this is 1974, so you had access to ride the front of the monorail, and I'm pretty sure John and his son and May did that. But there is a photograph right up here, the resort monorail loop track of John with the conductor of the monorail. And they took the photograph right over here in this general area where the conductor of the monorail can stand. I cannot go past this line, but right over here is where they took the photograph. I'm gonna zoom in here and so we can match it up. In the photograph, you'll see the monorail driver, John, and then there was a child, I believe, to his right. And you can see the contemporary in the background. Bay Lake was not here when this photograph was taken. But imagine riding the monorail with the walrus, John Lennon. Since it's a pretty day, I'm gonna hop on the boat to ride over to the Polynesian, which is our final destination of today. And now we've made it to the Polynesian. We're on December 29th, 1974. The documents were brought down by one of Apple's lawyers for John to sign. They were in the Samoa room 1601. Now, May Ping reportedly told this story. She said John told her to take out your camera. He joked to me. He looked wistfully out the window. I could almost see him replaying the entire Beatles experience in his mind. He finally picked up his pen, and in the unlikely backdrop of the Polynesian Village Hotel at Disney World, ended the greatest rock and roll band in history by simply scrawling John Lennon at the bottom of the page. It was in this room right here, room 1601, the Samoa room at the Polynesian, right there, where John Lennon ended the Beatles. Beatlemania was over. I can't believe it happened. Right there. You could sit right there where Beatles history happened. This is it. The Samoa building. Room 1601 at the Polynesian. Crazy, right? Right in this door here was John's room. I guess they made it easy for him to access the front door and get out for the day. But this is the room. Well, we came, we saw, we took care of business here today at Walt Disney World, discussing some John Lennon and Beatles history here. This was a lot of fun, but I think our adventure for today has come to an end. Which means it's time to say goodbye. If you enjoyed this adventure, please click the thumbs up button. This was crazy. I've always wanted to do this. I always wanted to match up those photos and see the room. And I'm glad I finally did it today and brought you guys along for the adventure. But it is time to say goodbye. I will see you guys on the next adventure. And next time you're here at Walt Disney World, tell someone World of Micah sent you. See you guys later. Stay weird. Goodbye.